The world woke up Friday to learn of a crash of tech impacting stations, banks, and even grounding airlines. While the cause was quickly found, many people had questions, specifically, how could this happen?
Yeah, how could a Windows software update from just one cybersecurity company, CrowdStrike, debilitate so many industries? And how can we prevent it from happening again? Joining us to weigh in is consumer tech expert and former Microsoft executive, Marbue Brown. Thank you so much for being on with us. So first, just give us the basics, help the average person understand what exactly happened to cause this crash.
Well, thank you for having me, Lauren and John. And, you know, this happened because you have so many major companies that are using the same cybersecurity provider. And it's not just, you know, the number of businesses, but it's the type of businesses. You have these major businesses that they touch everybody's life. And so that's, you know, why the impact of this was felt so widely. But I think one more thing that's super important here is that this was not a glitch that just affected individual computers, but it also affected the servers that host the software that the individual computers and businesses use. And because those servers were affected, once they went down, then a lot of other things went down also.
Can you discuss, though, how one bug could take down so many businesses all at once?
Well, if all the businesses are using the same cybersecurity firm as you know the basis for as the basis for protecting their software, and if they all roll out that same update at the same time, then you're going to have a problem because all of these businesses are going to be experiencing the same thing simultaneously. Now, think about it this way. What if those businesses, if the rollout were somehow metered so that, you know, an initial set of businesses might get that update and make sure that everything is going well before the next group of businesses start to get that update also. That would be a way that you wouldn't have everybody experiencing the same thing at the same time and all, you know, bringing all of these systems down all at once. But if this was rolled out like it was to everybody all at the same time, they all installed it and it had that bug in it, then all of them would have that issue at the same time.
Yeah, that's a great point you make. Now, tell us a little bit about why this outage impacted airlines and other businesses, like even at Starbucks. I was talking at our local Starbucks to the barista who said they couldn't take orders or process orders for a while. So why did it affect some businesses using Microsoft, but not other Microsoft entities like Teams or Outlook?
Well, look, what it comes down to is what was on those servers, right? So when you think about what is on the servers, if Teams and Outlook and those things were on the servers, that's what would be affected. But if it's mission critical systems like order taking systems, point of sale systems, systems that are affecting scheduling of airlines or, you know, like in the hospital, systems that would be part of you know, running operations and surgeries and all of those kinds of things, if those systems are affected, or what's on those servers, then that's what's going to be affected. And in this case, those mission critical systems were the ones that were affected. So that's why you had the type of problem that you had. As a matter of fact, when you talk about metering out how these things are rolled out, even the companies that are rolling out these updates might want to consider having their non-mission critical systems, the servers with those updated first to make sure everything's going well before they start adding in mission critical systems, right? Because, you know, that's what's going to take the business down.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Marbue, if their product, if CrowdStrike's product, if their business is to support mission critical industries, right, then why aren't redundancies built into the industries to prevent this?
Well, you know, that's a good question. And let me say this. You know, in industry, in the telecom industry, for example, they used to snap to a standard called 5 nines reliability. And 5 nines reliability means that systems would only go down for 5 minutes per year. That was the standard that everybody, snapped to. It seems like we've kind of gotten away from the whole notion of 5 nines reliability, and sometimes, folks felt it was cost prohibitive to snap to 5 nines. Some people felt it was impractical. But when you have a situation like the one that we have here, you can see that it makes sense before the fact to have all of these redundancies put in prior, as opposed to trying to deal with it after the fact, because the impacts are just enormous when you have something like this go down. So, those redundancies should be built in. Something obviously went awry here, because normally these updates are heavily tested before they go out. But I think that the whole notion of, going back to this 5 nines where you don't have more than 5 minutes of downtime per year, and you build in the redundancies to account for that, will keep us from having these types of situations.
Yeah, and Marbue, you've given just a number of good tips and things that could be done to prevent this from happening again. I'm sure IT professionals across industries are having those conversations this weekend. So do you have confidence that an outage like this will not happen again, or do you think it's still possible?
Well, I think it's still possible. I mean, I think if you go back just earlier in the year, we had an AT&T outage that lasted for 11 hours, right? And that was also due to a software update. So it's clear that the type of redundancies that we need to have in place, the type of rollbacks that we need to have in place, are not where they used to once be, right? So if you think about the situation with CrowdStrike, one of the reasons it's taking so long for everything to come back is because to roll back from this, a lot of systems have to be rebooted manually. They have to be booted up in safe mode and manually remove a software file, and then boot it up again. The fact is, the rollback process should be a process that should be automated. It should be possible to do that immediately if there's a problem. And to be quite frank, when these types of updates go out, there needs to be both metering and monitoring in place to make sure that if a problem crops up, it can be dealt with immediately, and not have this type of a widespread impact.
Yeah. Marbue, thank you so much. Your expertise is invaluable. For more from Marbue, check out his book, Blueprint for Customer Obsession, or visit customerobsession.net.
We'll be right back.